the meditation is the only medication. That was actually my learning in my all life, and we keep fulfilling, but we never satisfied. Meditation help you to come out of this rat race, and you start enjoying what we have already, but you have a deep qualitative sex.
Yes.
So let's say once before you have once in a week, or now you're gonna have maybe once in a month. But that once in a month.
And listen, I want to live my life with hell yeses or fuck yeses, we like to say.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah, like fuck yes. Like, do I want to have sex with this person? Fuck yeah.
yes.
Welcome everyone to The Connection, where one of my missions is to help bring extraordinary alignment through connection, communication, community, and careers. Today, I'm here with a dear brother and friend, Satyarthi. He is the founder and has a Tantra school called Tantra Nectar. And I've had the privilege to experience a lot of your work when we've facilitated side by side, especially in I Am Creation, which has been some really beautiful ones. And this is a man who I really feel deeply. And if there's anyone that embodies this idea of just love and universal love, it's you, my brother. And I really honor that and appreciate that. So I'm excited to have you here and see what comes out of that beautiful mind of yours. Is it going to be sexy? Is it going to be playful? Because I've seen you, is it going to be the wisdom of the Buddha? So I want to start out, and just the first question is that one of the hardest questions is, I have noticed that people teach the things that they need the most for themselves. And it's true about myself, and it's true about others. And I'm curious, why did you need this for yourself? What took you down this path?
Oh, wow. Such a deep question, brother.
We're not messing around.
I think my journey started when I was 14, yeah? Very early age. And then I living in my early age in ashrams and different spiritual path in India, masters. So there was a natural flow of life, when you are 10, 15 years on your own path, then you reach a point and where you want to share. And when this feeling came, then first definitely a feeling came, no, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a master. There are much better person out of me than me. They need to teach Tantra, they need to teach meditation. I'm very happy-go-lucky person and enjoying to being myself. But then when there is a lot of existential channeling, the existential pull, lot of you cannot sleep even, it's so much life wanted. Then there is a feeling came, okay, let's try to share it. And then slowly it just become, you start enjoying it. You feel like, okay, this is me. Then what else to do? Like if not teach or share, then what else to do in this life? We all are come here to share these experiences which we learned it. So yeah, I think that's the calling.
So for you, I know that when people hear Tantra, they always go to the sexuality part, right? And it makes sense. I remember I was doing a festival and I had 300 workshops, and I think 15 of them were on sexuality, and that's all anyone talked about. And it was a sex festival, and I know that people do that. But also what I've noticed in your teachings, it's, some of the themes are about presence, moving energy, using that life force energy in different positive ways. And I know that you teach a lot of sexuality, but my experience has been actually much different. It's been very different things than explicit sexuality. So I'm curious, what are the things that brings joy to your heart to share from what you learn from others?
I think for me is meditation. Like what I learn, the meditation is the only medication. That was actually my learning in my all life. Whenever fucked up happen, whenever things get sideways, what helped me? Presence, awareness, meditation. So I try to bring through the Tantra the crystal clear understanding, the 24 karat gold, which is about meditation. Actually, Tantra is about meditation. The ancient text, Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which is channeled through the enlightened master or Lord Shiva, whichever way we want to address, there was 112 meditation technique. And in those meditation techniques, only 5 and 10 are based on sexuality. Only 5 and 10. So Tantra 90% is about meditation. That's why when I'm teaching Tantra, I want to bring first step, which is about let's learn the art to live meditatively, to live consciously. And once we learn this art, then we apply in every aspect of life. During eating food, meeting with the friend, dancing, doing business, and you can apply in your sex. So the love making, the sex also become meditation. That's how I teach Tantra. That's how I learn and I feel Tantra.
What does meditation do for someone? What are the benefits and why should someone meditate and make their life a meditation? What are they going to get out of it?
The best thing, the result of the meditation is inner peace. That you come to so much centered in yourself. What all we are looking. We all are looking happiness, joy, inner peace. But are we really happy? The mind is running for one desire, another desire, another desire, another desire, and we keep fulfilling it. You fulfill one, another pop up. You fulfill this one, another pop up. And we keep fulfilling, but we never satisfied. Meditation help you to come out of this rat race and you start enjoying what we have already. So there is a great sense of inner peace, joy, bliss. It start happening when we start living meditative lifestyle. Now, the second part of your question, then what kind of meditation? What kind of technique? What is meditation? So if we try to learn, a lot of people think meditation is a technique. Yeah, like some kind of breathing, some kind of jumping, dancing, or sit silently. I want to tell meditation is not a technique. Meditation is an art of living, to live in presence. So let's say right now I'm talking to you. If I'm fully here and my all being in this moment, that's mean I'm in meditation. But how we live it? Whatever we are doing, we are not there. We live it in a split. If we are working and thinking 10,000 things. We are eating food, also thinking 10,000 things. We are walking, we still thinking 10,000 things. We are talking, we are here. But monkey mind is keep traveling. So wherever we are, actually we not there. So the living meditation mean we learn this art of awareness to live in awareness, to live meditatively. But actually it's a very difficult because from
Yeah.
because all of our life we used to be live mechanically. It's a great habit of a mind to live mechanically. So it's not easy to live in presence, live in awareness, or to be just here and now, to live with full totality. It's not easy because we used to live mechanically. We used to live that we here but not here. We do something thinking something else. We used to live like that. That's why we need technique. That's how the techniques came. And in the technique, there are simple 3 types: active meditations, guided meditations, passive meditations. So you start with a technique for at least 30 minutes, 1 hour. You practice something that can help your brain, your mind, for to live in the moment. And then you learn this art in 1 hour and apply it in 24 hours of your day. And slowly, step by step, you can able to live meditating.
Beautiful. So what's the first one you'd recommend? I know when we worked together, I was just like fucking the air for an hour straight, exhausted, going up through these shots. And man, that was like at the end, I was like, let's go. I felt the power. And that one was moving it was the energy centers active meditation. Was that one from Osho?
Yeah, I think a lot of active meditations actually came from Osho. Because before Osho, like I always tell, Osho is not a person, it's like an era. So before Osho, meditation only like a guided and a passive. Osho brings a understanding, let's do the first active meditation. Because a 21st century man is too much active. You cannot tell a man who is so much active, sit silently and meditative. You see, when people directly go to Vipassana, it's fucking torture because you close your eyes and you sit and you just masturbating with your thoughts and so I'm not against of Vipassana. I love Vipassana. I by myself lives in monastery, practice even 21 days Vipassanas. But for go Vipassana, it's an advance. First, you need a preparation. Preparation is active meditation. So yes, Osho bring that understanding, but the meditation which I teach, it is channeled through me, or like let's say channelized to me, and I put my own experience and learning. But definitely, I love Osho. I learn a lot from Osho. So a lot of my work is inspired from Osho.
So you took the meditation that we did, that was something that you took to your own.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that one called?
That we first practicing Kundalini awakening meditation, where we learn a lot to activate the Shakti, activate the energy. And the second meditation was the chakra activation. Now energy is activated, channelized into the right energy center.
Got it. And that's something that I know that some people that were in this retreat that we were facilitating at actually committed to 21 days of this, like an hour every day. And, we're in this group chat and they're writing and they're like, oh my God, this is changing my life, right? And you even said, if you do this, I have not done the 21 days, so I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think any meditation technique, because we need to understand it's not easy to win the game from the mind. Anyway, mind rule our body, our life so long. So if we want the consciousness win the game, we need to break the unhealthy mind patterns. And we need to give a new habit of live meditatively, live consciously, and that take time. That's why I suggested that choose any active meditation, first practice for 21 days, and in 21 days, the habit of the mind start changing, and you see the first magic, the first time you experience how it feels to live in this moment.
Yeah, and that active meditation, even from a physiological standpoint, is you're moving a lot of energy. I remember there's a friend of mine who's been in personal development for God knows how many years. And, in his morning ritual was anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. And now he says, every morning I just do 5 to 10 minutes of shaking, just shaking, and he's like, and I was like, wow, that's where someone ends up after that much time of just going deep with all these modalities. I mean, God, like even the people I've had on these podcasts, there's a lot of incredible modalities coming through and I've been exposed to them. And I always joked, if, everyone says, do this thing every day. And I'm like, my God, if I did all the things that I learned every day, it would be like a 12-hour practice. I think I would be ready for bed by the time of it. I wouldn't get anything done. But it's curious, like how to choose out of all these things, what gives us the most energy, life force, focus, presence to go clarity, connection to that source, that God energy, whatever you believe in. What can we do to get there? And it sounds like you're saying maybe active meditation is where you start. And I could see that because when you do it, at the end, you're just like, way clearer headed. Your monkey brain isn't spinning. Does it drop you into lower brainwave states too, active meditation, or not so much?
You need to understand the structure of active meditation. So any active meditation either is created by a Osho, created by me, or any other enlightened master, or any beautiful teacher. whoever create an active meditation, the structure always is a very simple. The first starting 20 to 30 minutes, there is a lot of activity. And you use basically three tools: breath, sound, movement. A lot of breath, a lot of sound, and a lot of movement. That's called the active part. Then by itself, there was a time came after 20 to 30 minutes, a passive part where either you sit silently and observe the breath or completely let go, just lie down, shavasana. So when the passive part came, then the brain goes to that different state of relaxation, which we call that a turiya state, which we called it that deep divine state, where we start opening the portal of life, love, God energy, whatever we called it. So active meditation, that's why I supported, because anyway you going to the passive, anyway vipassana will come, anyway shavasana will come, but because we have a busy lifestyle, so that 20-30 minute of activity really help you to open up that stage.
Thank you for that. And I want to move to what listeners always like to talk about. And I remember there was one night seeing Satyarthi surrounded by 25 women, and he was giving a master class late at night talking about Amrita, different types of orgasms. At one point, I think there was a banana out. And there was some things in there that I found really interesting, especially around Amrita, that in the West, I was taught that Amrita was the female ejaculation, that sort of fluid that is coming out through the urethra. And you're saying that's not true. In Tantra, Amrita is something, it's coming from
the cervix. Yeah. So that's a really even for me, because definitely when you go to the medical science and you read about it, everybody talk the way you explain it. But for me, when the first time I experienced through the tantric sex, when I'm having my tantric lover and we are practicing tantra, and when my lover first time experienced this divine amrita, this divine orgasm, then even I understand, no, it's come from inside of the yoni. So guys, if who are new to the channel, it's a new word, yoni. So in tantra, we use female genital like a vagina, and we address that through yoni. So yoni means a divine sacred temple. So and it comes out of yoni, and that liquid, that divine liquid, we called it in the tantra nectar, or we called it as a amrita. You will be surprised, it actually exactly look like a sperm, almost like a sperm. If there is a sperm or a amrita, we cannot differentiate it. So it actually comes from the inside of the yoni, from the cervix. Just women need more time. Actually, somehow our society, our education, they not teach us how to make love properly.
Now, they told me, don't ever have sex until you're married. Don't masturbate. I came from the Christian background, and it was a sin to even masturbate or be lustful. So, my sex, let me give you my sex talk from my father. We didn't have a lot of money at the time, if I remember. And he's like, he wanted to take me out to this place called Arby's. And it's like this like fast food joint, but it was like the fancy fast food joint compared to McDonald's. And he was acting all nervous. So this is how I remember it. And he just says, do you have any questions about sex?
Wow.
And I said, no. And that was my whole sex education.
Done. Thank you.
Yeah. And God bless him. I think it was uncomfortable for him to talk about this. I don't remember, but yeah, so I was not educated in sexuality until I was curious. And then you would hear things like female ejaculation. You're like, is that true? I'd never experienced it before. And now most of my lovers, I know how to encourage that if they want to, right? So I think just like not having any sexual education. So I would love to have a little sex education, tell the men, tell the women, What is going on down there?
I think it's a very, very simple. First, we need to understand that female body is like a big temple, big yoni, and she needs more time to be really get to the yoni, to really get to the sexual pleasure. So that's why, like, for example, the man's sexual energy, we feel excited and then sensation start happening, is go straight to the lingam and direction came. And we are ready. And that's happened very fast. You just need to be sexually attracted to a woman. And if woman is enough attracted and give the right hormones in your system, right thoughts in the brain, we are ready. Now the woman's energy, it's like a spiral. So let's say when she feels that attraction, then something happening here, but it's need time. More time, more time, more time, more time, spiral, spiral, spiral. And then reach to the yoni. And that's how the man and woman are different. And that's how the problem happen, because men, when they have erection, they fully ready to penetrate. And woman even not there, even 1%. And if we penetrate when woman is not ready, then anyway she cannot experience her full pleasure or amrita. That's why in Tantra we teach foreplay is the most important. And if you ask me, like according to my understanding or my learning, minimum 40 minutes to 60 minutes, a man and a woman involved in the foreplay activity. That's involved looking in each other's eyes, admiring each other, tell some beautiful words to each other, that how gorgeous you are, how beautiful you are so sexy woman, I love you so
Thank you,
much.
Satyarthi. Woo!
Tell some beautiful words to admire each other, then to also start caressing each other, just somewhere in the face, in the hair, in the whole body. Then slowly, slowly start playing with the breath, hot breath, cold breath. Then activate the passion, go to the kissing, licking, and involve the whole body. Try to find each other pleasure point. Like you need to be fully there. It's very easy, if let's say if I kiss my partner and if she enjoy more, that means I need to kiss more here. It is not a rocket science. So you just need to be there and to understand how each other bodies are responding, and you kiss more, you lick more, and the most important, the pleasure point in the neck, in the ears, like thumb of the feet. It's the most sexy pleasure point. Our groins, inner thighs, hips area, in the woman body everywhere, breast, nipple, really involve the foreplay. And when the foreplay is reaching to the 40 minutes, 60 minutes, then very important massage. And you don't need to be professional masseur or anything. Be intuitive. Take a body butter and just start massaging the body, because that activates the blood flow. And lot of sexual energy start going to the body and a lot of blood flow, and then the body start throbbing. Then there is a time came, you ask your partner, can I go in? And that's very important, because most of the time women not ready to receive the man's lingam, and they say yes because of pressure. They say yes so you not feel angry. They say yes out of the pressure. So very important, when you ask her, she feel queen, she feel respected, she feel cared, and suddenly her heart open more. She feel, wow, how much he admire me. So you ask it one time, she say yes, then little bit more play and tease her and ask again. Then she yes, then you more really lick her yoni, and then she tell fuck, fuck, fuck. That's the time, that when she really invited you as a goddess, as a queen, and you go inside. So first stage, foreplay. Now when she invited, then the second stage, penetration. Here is a lot of men did the mistake, because the moment they go in, they start pumping. They start very fasting. It's too much for the yoni. First go in, now feel it. Don't do anything. Just look in each other's eyes. Take. Allow the lingam and yoni merge. Allow them to feel each other. Something very magical happening here. Feel it. And when you breathe, you feel a lot of sensation. Then you start the penetration cycle. In Tantra, we teach the penetration cycle like stop, slow, fast, stop. That means you start with stop, slow, you take a breathing and synchronize the penetration with the breathing. Then the fast, you go with your full power, let it the loin and the lioness run, and then on the peak, you stop again.
Before you peak as a man or
Yeah.
before she peaks?
I think it has happened naturally when you are synchronized with each other. It's more like just where both of your peaks are coming because it start coming together. When you synchronize with this way, most of the time, 99% time, you really becoming one. So your even peak coming together and you stop before the peak. And then you see the magic. When you stop before the peak, then you not feel pleasure only in genital. You feel the pleasure in the whole body. And then you go again the next time, and slowly you will have a more and more pleasure, more and more amrita. Then there was a time came you both feel fully satisfied. Then ejaculation, enjoy that also. The orgasm, peak. Now the most important, the third stage, afterplay. Here a lot of people again did the mistake. Ejaculation happened, game finished. Now you sleep, I sleep, and that's not the right way. You walk together such a great journey. It's a great experience. Can you believe? Like we are both separate, yeah? And we becoming one body. You go inside of someone's body. You become one body. Like it is really magic. And it's a lot for both of you to handle physical, emotion, spiritually. Now afterplay. That's mean caress each other. Spread the sexual energy to the whole body. Maybe little massage each other. Hug each other. And very important to tell each other, thank you. I'm so much thankful for this love, for this care, and to be just melting together maybe for 10, 15 minutes in a hug, in a meditation, in a spooning, whichever way intuitively you feels it. And that's how the cycle completed. So that's why foreplay goes at least 40 minutes, penetration goes, depend how much you can hold your sexual energy, 10 minutes to 1 hour, depend wherever you are in your power of sexual energy. And then afterplay, 20, 30 minutes. So a one great sex means 2 to 3 hour love affair. And that's a minimum. If you are meditative, if you tantric, fuck man, you can go to the whole night. But you need to like really play with your mind or teach your mind. Either don't go for sex. If it go, then go with fully. Like invest in the sex time fully, like a full process, and go at least for 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, foreplay, penetration, afterplay. Then the magic.
I see all the people at home with kids going, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Wish I had that time. A lot in there. I would love, Satyarthi, to summarize it because I'm hearing there's 4 cycles of sex, essentially. Is that correct?
So,
or you kind of broke it into 4 4 steps of sex?
4 stages.
4 stages of sex.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give you the 4 stages of sex.
So the first is before foreplay. That's mean you start since morning, you start a little bit teasing each other, playful each other, telling beautiful thing, telling sexy thing, that how much you sexy, amazing. So you setting up the mood, not in the act, but since the morning, so your both brain come to the body more. That's called before foreplay. Second stage, foreplay. When you meet in the act of love, in the act of sex, you start connecting with the eyes, kissing, touching, massaging, and enjoy the foreplay fully, at least for an hour. Then, third stage, penetration, where you go stop, slow, fast, and stop. And that will also go from 10-minute minimum to be 1 hour, depend on your sexual power. That's a third stage. And the fourth stage, afterplay, where you massage each other, caress each other, dance with each other, and admire each other with this thankfulness.
I love breaking down things in a system. So the 4 stages of sex by Satyarthi. Thank you. There's some really very interesting things. I think the first one is the idea of the before foreplay, right? Because it's often said that like men, we heat up the water, we just start boiling immediately, and women it takes a long time. But once they're warm, they stay warm for much longer, right? So what I'm hearing, and I've also noticed in practice, is bringing that sexual energy during the day, that flirts, the touch, the little teasing, which is, I think, especially for a woman, that feels really good. It makes her feel connected. And the way to a woman's sex is through her heart, right? And the way to a man's heart is through his lingam or penis. Yeah. And so there's kind of a cycle there, tantric cycle. So, I think that is beautiful to remind everyone out there that sex starts before you ever get in the bedroom.
Yes. And you need to also see the woman brain is amazing. It's a 3D. When you go to your lover in the morning and tell, oh my God, you are the most sexy woman which I ever meet. She not just listen this. Her brain start giving visualization. Her brain start giving all the pleasurable memories of love. And her body start activating. And she feel, wow, he loves me. He interested in me. Heartbeat start, like really energy start throbbing. So that before foreplay, when you start appreciating each other, caressing each other, grabbing each other, maybe tell some dirty, like, oh, you have a most sexy breast. Be ready. Tonight I will lick it. Be ready. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So let's say you tell, tonight I'm going to lick your lower belly. You tell the words, but her brain visualize it. And that's activate the full body. And that's also the mind, which is running in 10 places because of pressure of life, children, work. It also come back to the body. So that before foreplay, I think is the most important.
Beautiful. And then I think the foreplay, is, most people understand what that is, but the third stage in the penetration, I think just reviewing this idea of when you're entering a woman, stay there. And it's crazy. I've noticed sometimes that they're literally women that have their Kundalini energy unlocked. I mean, they're literally just spasming like this. And, and some of the most pleasure comes from just being inside, holding it there, holding presence with the eye, feeling that energy and circulating that in through the mouth, down through the body, out through the lingam, into the yoni, and back through the heart, right?
Yes, brother, yes.
And, and those women that have experience in Tantra that I have been lovers with, that sometimes that's like, they just think that's the best thing in the world, yes. And you're not even moving, which is hilarious because, pornography teaches us to be jackhammers.
Yeah.
And to talk, you dirty little whore, which is like, wow, whoa. Even when I say it out of my mouth, it doesn't feel good in my body, right? And it's like this humiliation in this. So I think what I find beautiful about Tantra is the connection, yes. Actually to another human being. It's the way that we connect, yes. And it's this way of like looking at another person as a sacred being, a higher being, their higher self, and honoring them and
worshiping them.
Literally worshiping them. The first time a woman worshipped my penis, well, I was just like, whoa, what is going on here? And I've also done the same many times, which for those listening, sometimes it's very simple. It's just before you even get anywhere close to penetration, go and speak, kiss, love, speak to a woman's yoni and they can feel. They don't even if they don't hear you, they know, and you can literally just be in awe and beauty because this is the portal of creation of other human beings. And it's a complex, the women's even reproductive system is very complex. It's one of the reasons why, I talk a lot about that the body has a much higher intelligence than actually the rational mind.
Yes.
Because we can really look at a simple example is this. How much do the doctors and scientists know about a woman's reproductive cycle? They know a good amount, but not that much. And a woman doesn't need to know anything. It just happens. The whole thing, these 4 stages happen, and in their reproductive cycles. And it's like, and I have this, there's a woman I'm about to interview, and what she does is she actually works with women's cycles and what they should do when, and like in their horniness levels and their desire for sexuality goes up quite a bit during ovulation, etc. Right? So just being in awe of that it's pretty impressive as a human being. Our rational mind is a very nascent technology. Evolutionary, it didn't come along. It's pretty new, but our bodies, man, they can do crazy stuff. We don't even think about it. So, and it's not just the women also, but it's, the men's body also. It's just an example of that complex system that's happening that our rational mind is literally, in all our information age, we have all the information available to us at any second, and we still don't know that much. Right? But it just happens, and that's beautiful. So I love that stage, and I love talking about just entering, stopping, slowness, and then you can go fast, and then catching yourself as a man before that ejaculation, or even if you notice your woman's getting closer to orgasm, slow it down and stop her, and then when you go back to slow again, you bring her to the next level of pleasure, and when she finally has an orgasm, it's like the world explodes.
Here I want to tell one more thing. Like lot of men actually they're thinking that like to pump her heart bring the pleasure. But I want to tell you the true orgasm came when you really be there with the love. Because when you enter and if you just be there and looking in her eyes with lot of love, so many times she has a tears. So many times you has a tears. And the lot of energy start building up in the sacrum, in the belly. And then when you go this second stage of penetration, this slowness, which we discussed with the breath, blast happened. Suddenly the blast of energy came, and you will see the lot of time you have a belly laughter, you can have a tears, you can have shaking, you can have fire, a lot of things. And then when you go to this powerful vileness, fire, then it's a great. And here again, as I tell you, the meditation, you is still observing your point of ejaculation. So very important to do not go there, stop it before, and then again calm down, come to the stop, give the energy a time to blast. And then when, as you said it, when you go to the second time or a third time, the blast of pleasure came, the blast of orgasm came. And in Tantra, we called it full body orgasm. So the orgasm not happen only in genitals, it happens in full body.
I mean, for those listening, who doesn't want that? Sign me up. Where do I sign up for this course? Going straight to Tantra Nectar School. I have to tell you a secret. I love when women cry during sex. And it's not a power thing. I can feel their emotions so much. And for me, because, I'm a little bit on the spectrum, and it's a little harder for me to have maybe as the highest levels of feelings as other people. When someone is really truly in their emotions, it somehow gives my body permission or me permission to actually feel more. Yeah. And, in the beginning it was scary. It's like, oh babe, what's wrong? What are you okay? Are you okay? And then now it's like just staying with that and not seeing it as crying as I'm hurt, I'm scared. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some crying that's bad, right? Like, I'm not talking about that.
But we are talking about tears during the sex.
Yeah, that is from joy or no, it's just from emotion.
So it's called the tears of joy. During the sex, when the tears came, it is not about sadness. It's about overwhelming love. It is like as if they first time feel that they are infinite. That woman feel that her heart is expanding, and I'm the goddess, I'm the Shakti, I'm infinite. So out of joy and gratitude, the tears came.
Yeah. I've also seen it not even tears of even joy. It's just tears of emotional
release.
Abundance or whatever. Emotional release where energy, something's just moving and they don't even know why. There's no reason. It's just so much emotion. Yeah. And that's happened to me also. And it's been really beautiful. And it was like, even after an orgasm, I just remember started crying. I had no idea why. And it wasn't like it was tied to a memory or an event or a trauma. It was just moving.
That's what I'm telling. As a human being, we are infinite. We don't need to go for reason for everything. We just need to sometime enjoy what is happening. If the tears came, they are also very beautiful for whatever reason. But what I understand, whenever tears came, we are in very deep state.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a experience which we cannot explain in the world.
So that's my secret that everyone now knows. I have a crying kink. I think it just turns me on. I think it's just because it feels like a deep connection.
Yeah. It's feel like
it's
deep.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? And vulnerability can be so beautiful.
And also it gives the feeling that my partner trusts me. Because sometimes because as a man and woman, if we are not make love without emotions, then it's very dry. Yeah. It will not satisfied. It is just you are throwing out your energy. So the love making is only satisfied if there is an emotion, love, trust, feelings involved, then it's satisfying. Then is really nurturing for body and the soul.
Yeah. And it's, it reminds me of now, I actually always have a conversation before engaging sexually with someone. And by doing that, I know if it's going to be beautiful for both of us.
Yes.
And I have it's called RMSL. And I actually changed that from an RBDSMA. And because I think that RBDSMA, which is, I don't even know where that originated from, but that's how it's taught many years ago. But to me, it's the wrong order because with the RMSL, and I remember it with ready to make a special lover. So we talk about the relationship status. Hey, are you single? Are you married? In an open relationship? Where are you? Right? Simple. Meaning, what does this mean to you? That's the M. So for example, it would be like, hey, I just want to have fun tonight. And you're like, I just want to have fun tonight. Great.
We are on the same page.
We're on the same page, go. Right? Or like, hey, if we're going to be sexual, it means we're exploring a relationship and going further. And you're like, whoa, that's not what I'm looking for. So
that means don't go for it.
Exactly. And then the third one is sexual health. So, and there's different layers of that I can share with you guys if you want to download it. And the last one is your likes, your loves, and then you include your dislikes and any aftercare. And then that way you end with the sexy part.
Yes.
Instead of being like, this is what I want to do to you. Wait, what's your sexual health? Can you show me that piece of paper? And you're like, and like sometimes it can be, and I almost always, it's very rarely do I skip this conversation. And it doesn't always need to be one that is structured like that. Because sometimes you meet someone like, oh yeah, you seen anyone? And then, you're on the date and later you're like, so, and I think this is really beautiful. Before we even get to sexuality, make sure you're entering a sexual container with someone that's on the same page.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what that is, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't need to be the most highest sacred thing. It's just, what you're getting into. I know what I'm getting into.
The very important that we both are on same page.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about this is you have less sex. Because many times after having this conversation, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good for either of us. It's not supportive to you. It's not supportive to me. It's not what I want. You want to cut me and bite me and pee on me. I'm like, I'm out, whatever it is, right? This has actually happened. And but guess what? And then also as a man, if you're like, if you're the woman, I ask you, what do you love? How do you like to be touched? What's your sexual blueprint? Are you more energetic or, etc.? Now I can go in and just feel confident.
Yeah.
This is how you like to be rubbed, touched. Don't kiss me here. Choke me. Don't choke me. Because you can cause some real traumas.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just displaying our sexuality based on what worked on someone else in the past.
Yeah.
And we're all different.
We all are different.
There's some people, there's a lot of overlap in what people like in sexuality and these 4 stages, etc.
But it's still, that communication is always healthy.
Yeah.
Like the most important, rather than think what your partner wanted, which is come according to your understanding, can we just simply talk? Can we just simply communicate it? Because when we communicate it, we actually empowered each other. We actually being confident. And we know that what we are going to do, what we're going to explore, how we're going to do it. And it's all become more love, more trust, more care. And I completely agree. In this way, you're going to have a less sex.
Yeah.
But you have a deep qualitative sex.
Yes.
So let's say before you have once in a week. And now you're going to have maybe once in a month. But that once in a month, it's like 10,000 times deeper and better and satisfied. No traumatic to you, no traumatic to the partner. And you don't have any guilt. You don't have any shame, any fear. And you not create unnecessary karmic imprints. You know that you're not hurting a woman. You know that you're not cheating. You know that you're not playing with it. You know you are just sharing your love and care.
Yeah. And this is the stem of this is love to yourself and love to another person. And we need to remember that, we are all the same, right? We need to be looking out for each other. We're all part of the same organism working together for harmony and peace in our environment. So just like bodies of the cell, we don't want to be changing those energies or in a very physical sense, actually our DNA is going into each other's body, right?
Yes.
And so it's important, I think, to have that communication.
100%.
And by doing this, it saves you so much heartache, so much time, right? And then if you're using these 4 stages, or if you're using these 4 stages of sex that you're giving us, then everyone's pleasure. It's something that's deep connection, right? And that's what we're looking for. And that's the desire that most of us really truly desire, even in sexuality, is this deep, meaningful connection. And not all sex needs to be this sacred temple, using Sanskrit words. But listen, let me impress you with these Sanskrit words to get you in bed. We have this terminology called a cock shaman. Do you know what that is? It's the men that, in Bali, we have a lot of these cock shamans, we call them, and they use spirituality and contact improv dance and babe, I feel your energy. Let me heal your body and your yoni through my cock.
No, we don't need golden cocks. We don't need it. We need more conscious communication. And that's why I so much admire you, because you have this very clarity mind, which can bring a more conscious communication, structure, and a system. In starting, maybe for people, they not understand the value of it, But once you start applying, you will see the difference. Like I want to talk about me. I come from a background where you not talk about sex at all with your partner. Yeah, like it's like in India, if you talk like this, the men's are getting crazy. Fuck. Why should I ask my woman before go in? She's mine. So that kind of mentality. But I was so much lucky that I entered in the meditation, spirituality very early age. And my young age, like 16, 17, 18, I already living in ashrams. And I'm meeting foreigners, I'm meeting Westerners. So I grew up in that environment and slowly meeting great teachers of meditation, yoga, Tantra from East, from West. So you mix, you learn a lot from all the best of the best. And then when I see that how much it helped me, because one thing I learned, conscious communication.
Yeah.
If you, before engaging to a woman or a man, if you just communicate about your relationship status, about your feeling, about your emotions, what you are looking for, how we are together, it really gives this feeling that we are on a same page. Because most of the time, if we not do this, at least a one person will hurt. Because you not discussed it, that means you are not on the same page. Something happened, and now both have a different expectations. And then you feel hurt and you create this karmic imprints. So I really, I'm here today teaching Tantra, sitting in Bali, sharing love meditation, meeting my friend, the most amazing man, because of the right actions, because of the right karma. And one thing I tell, that I know that I never hurt a woman, because before ever any sexual connection, there was involved a lot of conscious communication and discussion, and then you just living this joyful life of love, and you create a great friend. I'm not telling that you're gonna have a every woman you're gonna have a great relationship, but you have so many beautiful woman friends in your life who admire you, love you, and respect.
And it's beautiful. And it's also, my God, it was hilarious. When you say no to sex with a woman, she just looks at you like you're crazy. Like, and she's like, it wasn't even that long ago. I think last week, I'm in the dating pool again. And I met a very beautiful, very cool woman. And, you know, we had an amazing date, and it was getting sexy, and we were naked, and
Woo!
and it was clear that she wanted intercourse. That was the communicate, even her body. And I just said, hey, I'm not available for that tonight because we haven't talked about this. And for me, it's important to talk about it. And she was just like, what?
What? Who you are?
And she's like, wait, what are we doing here? Are we going to have sex or not? And I was like, no, I just said not tonight. I'm like, I could be available, but I just want to, let's have a conversation. And she was like, are you fucking with me? And I was like, no, I'm being serious. And she's like, this is a weird game. I'm like, no, it's not a game. It was, and you know, and after we talked and we slowed things down, and it was still very beautiful. And when we talked, it was clear that we shouldn't have sex.
Yeah, you understand it, because when and I like the way you crystal clear structured it in these 4-5 points. Then you exactly understand: do I really need to engage for sexual act or act of love or no?
Yeah, and also too, when you're saying yeses to a bunch of nos, you don't have room for yeses.
Yeah.
I want to say that again because I feel like there's a better way to say it. It's like every time you agree to something that's not in your truest alignment, you're taking up space with a bunch of no's or maybes or sort ofs.
Yeah.
So you're just robbing yourself and the other person to get to something that's a hell yes. And listen, I want to live my life with hell yeses or fuck yeses, we like to say.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah, like fuck yes. Like, do I want to have sex with this person? Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, definitely. This is aligned. She's amazing. I'm attracted. She's intelligent. I have so much fun. What she wants is what I want, regardless of what that is, whether that's just for a short period. And right now, I don't want anything. Like, I won't date anyone if they're a tourist going in and out of Bali, which is hard to find these days, to be honest with you. But like, I know that by saying those no's, it's creating space for something I actually really want,
That's I'm telling that that yes, you gonna have a less sex, but you gonna have a great,
sex. Yeah.
amazing, powerful, satisfying, deep, connective sex.
Yes.
And which could maybe a possibility, something even more. Maybe in the future, something more could be possible because there is a deep, deep, connective love making happening.
And that's beautiful. And, there are times when I'm like, oh man, I just need some intimacy though, So anyway, so RMSL, ready to make a special lover.
Can you repeat it one more time for me?
Ready,
Ready,
make to make
a special
lover.
lover.
RMSL.
RMSL.
Relationship status, the meaning, your sexual health, testing. And then last is your likes and dislikes. Satyarthi, thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thanks for your playfulness and your excitement. Thank you for giving us the sex education that we need. When should kids be learning this? This stuff you're learning? When is this? Should we be waiting till they're 16, 17, 18? Or should we be learning these lovemaking skills at 14, 15? When do you think?
I think as soon as possible. In my understanding, 14 is the very right age to learn the art of love making.
Okay, well, we're going to put it out there to the world. If anyone wants to create a curriculum for young teenagers in the art of lovemaking, my God, can you imagine this world and how less heartbreak and trauma and sexual traumas, even if it was just presented as an idea,
Yes, brother. Yes.
I mean, I don't think I learned this into, my God, my early 40s, right? I mean, how many situations did I come out of sexually not feeling good, feeling like I gave too much, being like, what the hell did I just do? Or the opposite, the woman being like, what was that? And like, I have hurt women. I've used them. I've manipulated, right? I'm not proud of this, but it's happened.
Because we all are unconscious. We all are unconscious and we are on the way of awakening. And honestly, you are the most amazing awakened man. You work a lot consciously. No, truly. You really, really work a lot. You go to the meditations, you go to the Tantra, you meet all the amazing conscious people, you live with them, you practice it, and you embodied it, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't get it always perfect, and I'm learning to love myself even when I don't, but the intention is there, right? And for me, I don't know. I don't think I can go back. I have to tell you something though, which feels very vulnerable, is I was so unsafe with women for so long. Too touchy, always bringing sexual energy, leaky sexual energy. My sexual energy was all over the place. It was like a paint gun, it was like one of those paint guns, paintball guns was just, was a paintball machine gun all over the place, And then as in my journey to learn how to bring that safety, I got to be too safe. And what does that mean? For me, it meant I wasn't bringing any sexual energy to the connection. So I was just getting friend zoned all the time by with women. I was like, wow, I really want to be their partner or lover. And they're like,
no, you are my best friend.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't
Fuck you. I don't want to be best friend. I want a lover.
I want a lover. I want a partner. And it's like, there's been many times when I was like, this is an amazing partner for me. And what I heard from her is like, I don't feel any sexuality with you. Or I also heard you're too short too. That's a hard one, but that you're like the best man I've ever met. I want you in my life forever. But
this but is fucking painful.
Yeah, it's painful. and I realized that I was so in control, and I'm so in control of my sexual energy now that it's too, it's too walled off. So now I'm learning how to still be safe and still communicate, but maybe bring a little bit more mystery and a little bit more, sexy and a little bit
It's
more,
just a dance, it's a dance where you are so much in your power of sexuality, but you also like you give all the signal that fucking yes, I want you, but we need also a communication.
Yeah.
So you show a lot of sexuality, you show a lot of sexual energy, you being in your power, in your healthy masculine energy, and dance with your sexuality with lot of proud. But the way you tell it that just a 1 week before, when you reach there, you also want a communication so we understand we both are on the same page.
Yeah, beautiful. You guys, thank you so much for joining us at The Connection. We have a lot of other incredible guests. We should also, there's another Tantra master, Ananda Sarita is also, we have a podcast from her from a while ago. Talks a lot about polarity. You might want to check that one out if you like this one with Satyarthi and like talking about the sex. I think we all do. And please, on my website, I have a ton of free communication tools. I would love, one of my missions is to bring those to the world. And Satyarthi, if someone wants to work with you, where do they find you? It's tantranectar.com, or where is it?
Like the best way is the right now social media. That we have our Instagram account Satyarthi Pratik. You can just drop a DM. We have a team who can check the DM and reply you as fast possible. Or there is a school account tantra.nectar. You can also message there. I'm sharing Tantra through online courses or in-person workshops. Everything is all available. Yearly calendar is there. Check the dates, schedule, timing, and please find the time to let's meditate and celebrate together.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great night. Mwah.
Mwah.